looks on. That's enough. That's enough.
Tonight, live and exclusive from Sky Sports, Big Time Boxing!
To fight his way to the top of the world. Tonight, Bruno faces the giant American Mike Evans, weighing in at 19 stone 4. The last obstacle he hopes in the way of a fourth and final crack at the World Heavyweight crown this summer. It came at Wembley in 1986. Bruno battered to defeat in 11 rounds by Tim Witherspoon. In 1989 in Las Vegas, he met Iron Mike Tyson near the peak of his powers.
Oh, some good shots from Bruno, and he's got him, and he's hurt the champion. Well, those who said that Frank Bruno would freeze must eat their words. Well, some fearful punishment Bruno took in that little burst from Iron Mike Tyson. Oh, can he survive this round? He's in trouble again. 10 seconds left. Steele looks on. That's enough. That's enough.
And finally, it was Lennox Lewis in Cardiff late in 1993.
Look at Bruno here, coming up with a left hook, catches him, and Bruno was hurt by that. And now Lewis is looking to close in to finish this, and Bruno is in trouble. Bruno is in big trouble. And Lewis carries on a relentless assault here, pouring on the punishment. These are bad moments for Frank Bruno. Right uppercut, and I think Mickey Van's going to stop it. Or is he? He's called off the assault. Well, that was a contentious incident in the fight. I thought for a moment there he was stopping that right uppercut. Lewis here, and Bruno is on the verge of going. He won't take a lot more, and this time it is stopped, and Lennox Lewis is still the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. But Frank Bruno put up such a brave, courageous performance.
Brave and courageous, but badly beaten. So why does a man who's...
Some good shots from Bruno, and he's got him, and he's hurt the champion.
That's a good overhand right from Bruno. Did Lewis take that? He looks in a spot of bother.
No limits, we'll reach for the sky. No valley too deep, no mountain too high. No limits, won't give up the fight. We do what we want, and we do it with pride.
If someone gave me £10 million, I don't want to sound like a rapper, someone gave me 10 million English pounds, tax-free, VAT, all covered, it wouldn't mean as much as me winning the WBC Championship of the World or the IBF or the WBA.
Techno, 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 techno. Core. Techno, 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 techno.
Still in my body hurt. I think I'll get taxi and go and do a little bit of rave, do a little bit of DJ.
Oh, some good shots from Bruno, and he's got him, and he's hurt the champion.
That's a good overhand right from Bruno. Did Lewis take that? He looks in a spot of bother.
When a boxer's got a dream in his heart and he knows he can do something, and I haven't got too long to do it, and I thank God that I've got the opportunity of going for it again, being with Frank Warren and that, and this is my last chance, and I just can't wait for it.
If Bruno does see off Mike Evans tonight, then he's on the way to try to take the WBC World Heavyweight belt from Oliver McCall this summer. So a heavyweight...
As a boxer, he is a consummate professional who, despite 3 world title defeats, feels he can still lift the richest prize in sport. The most dedicated of trainers, I asked him if he was using any new training techniques.
Me and George has been working a lot on different movements, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I used to go in there and just want to pin them up in the corner and just hit the granny out of them. But now you got to go a little bit more distance, like we've done 9 rounds today, probably do 10 rounds, and we've been trying all different things rather than keep going, like go, 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 go. You got to pace yourself and give it movement.
That movement he talks of is evident in his training. The old Bruno has been criticised for being too stiff and immobile. But I saw a marked difference in his sparring and his work on the speed bag than I'd ever seen before. That mobility is essential, and it was apparent that Team Bruno was happy with his work.
Me and George, Keith and Stafford and Max on a lot of things for a long time, you know, and I think it's all coming together. The little boys come and with a bit of blessing from God and man above and a bit of hard work, you know, I mean, I'm going to make this my year, you know.
Bruno's 4th attempt at the world crown may well come against Oliver McCall, the WBC champion, a man who only recently scraped home against veteran Larry Holmes.
Holmes was 46, 40, whatever he was, and Holmes was just a crafty old guy, jabbing him off and catching him with right hands, and Oliver McCall didn't know what to do with him, you know what I mean? With Lennox Lewis, he caught Lennox Lewis with a wicked, beautiful right hand, good timing and whatever, but I don't think, you know, if you don't leave your head there, if you move and give him a little bit of movement here and there and jab him out, I think he'll back up, and I think I can do him, you know, but I've got to get the first one out of the way first. That's on May the 13th.
There isn't a more dedicated trainer than Frank Bruno. It's once or twice a day, 7 days a week, come rain, hail or snow. There's no question over his fitness, but there is a doubt over whether he will ever achieve what has eluded him 3 times before. What if he were to lose again?
No, I don't put them things. I've got to do it this time, Barry. There's no doubt about that. I can understand what you're saying. You're interviewing, you've got to ask them exclusive and constructive questions like that. But as Chris Shupeth, I don't want to know about them questions. Thank you.
Well, and we hope very much that we'll be seeing Bruno in action again in the summer, fighting for a world crown. He's getting set to go here tonight against Mike Evans. The stakes couldn't be really any higher at this point. 33 years of age now, a professional since back in 1982. Maybe people forget that sometimes. This is a man who's done his time, working his way to the top. 3 times he's failed at the final hurdle, but as we've been explaining tonight, the fire still burns very bright. Now, what about tonight's opponent for Bruno? Across in the other dressing room, Mike Evans from Chicago, a late replacement for Ray Annis tonight. A varied CV, a former wrestler and a committed Christian. He's with Gary Norman.
Well, Mike, I've been in a few dressing rooms in my time, but I've never heard a boxer prepared to church music before. You look pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm relaxed. Just taking it easy before I go out here and do the job, you know, take my business I got to take care of. And I'm not nervous, upset, I'm just relaxed.
You're a very experienced professional, and you're coming off a very good win. You knocked out Addison Rodriguez, is that right?
Yes. Yes, we fought him in Brazil, in his home, in his background and everything. Matter of fact, in his hometown. So the same situation, I was set. Most of them get relaxed and stirred up and everything. I just relaxed myself, and I've been around this game a long time, and so just go out there and take care of business.
Have you seen much of Frank Bruno before? He's been around a long time too.
Yeah, I've been watching Bruno over the past 12 years, you know, in fighting, so I know Bruno's style very well, you know. And so I just said, see him, prepare my mind, what had to be, you know, what's got to take place out there, and so that's what I do. Prepare my fight game in my mind and stick with it when I'm out there. Don't fight his fight plan and his fight game and stay with mine.
So he could be in for a surprise?
Yeah, he can be a bit surprise, you know, and just it's heavyweights, you know, and we know in the heavyweight class anything can happen at any given time. And so what he's looking for, the same thing I'm looking for, the big punch.
And we've got your #1 fan here, your wife. We've heard all about you before. We're going to hear you at ringside for sure, aren't we?
That's right. Sure will.
And you'll be cheering your husband all the way?
Hey, that's my husband. You know how that go. Got to stick by my man.
Well, good luck to both of you, and thank you.
Thank you.
Well, happy family Evans, but I wonder how happy he'll be at the end of the night. He's got to go to work here because after 1 or 2 embarrassments in recent Bruno performances, not by Bruno, but by the opponent, the word is that the British Boxing Board of...
In Ireland, but I can't wait to box in Scotland because get some haggis and get a kilt. You know, I'm getting tailor-made kilt for me, but I'm having pants underneath the kilt.
From
Mike Evans is from the tough streets of Chicago's South Side, where you don't go out alone in the daytime, let alone at night. He's 36, he weighs 19 stone 4 pounds. That's his wife Frankie beside him. She's ringside for all of his fights, and she says she's now his manager as well. Well, is this man a flabby no-hoper, like rather too many Bruno victims? We shall soon see, but remember, he did beat the formerly world-ranked Adilson Rodriguez in Rodriguez's home country, Brazil, knocked him out in 7 rounds in his last fight. Will he bring that kind of ambition to the ring here? We hope so.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Great Britain, Frank Bruno!
Well, he still gets a marvellous reception. More than just a boxer, of course. He's rather like a national institution, isn't he? He's 33 now, but time is running out. 3 times he's tried to become world heavyweight champion. 3 times he's failed. We know he hits and hits hard, but at the top level, he has been found wanting in the stamina department. But remember, against anything other than first division heavyweights, he's usually devastating. The heaviest ever, 17 stone, 10 pounds tonight, Bruno, as we take a look at the tail of the tape. Both of them well past their 30th birthday. Evans 36, Bruno 33. Bruno is the taller man, but look at that weight of Evans, 19 stone, 4 pounds. That's even heavier than for his last fight. And there's their records. Evans has had 235 rounds. Bruno is comparatively fresh at 153. Big knockout percentage for Bruno.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials appointed for this contest by the British Boxing Board of Control are the steward in charge, Mr. Nipper Reid, the timekeeper, Mr. Jim Russell from Glasgow, and the referee, Mr. Dave Parris from London. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, live and exclusive throughout Great Britain and Europe on Sky Sports Big Time Boxing from Glasgow's famous Kelvin Hall International Sports Arena, it's Big Fight Time! Sponsored by Glasgow City Council and promoted by Frank Warren for Sports Network and Catherine Morrison, who proudly present an international heavyweight contest of 10 rounds, each of 3 minutes duration, between introducing the boxers. Firstly, in the red corner, wearing the red and black shorts and fighting from Chicago, USA, he weighs in at 19 stone, 4.5 pounds, and brings to the ring a professional record from 41 contests of 30 wins, 21 by way of KO, 10 losses and 1 draw. Would you please welcome to the ring this evening, and to Great Britain, Mike Evans.
Among those defeats, he's lasted the distance with Tony Tubbs, Tony Tucker, and Michael Mora.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with the white and blue trim, from Great Britain, Britain's most popular professional boxer, weighing in at 17 stone, 10 pounds, and carrying a professional record from 42 contests of 38 wins, 37 by way of KO, with just 4 losses. He's the former undefeated heavyweight champion of Europe and 3 times challenger for the world heavyweight title. Would you please welcome to Scotland, Britain's very own Frank Bruno!
His first professional fight in Scotland, Frank Bruno, after all this time.
The referee, Mr. Dave Parris, will now give his instructions to both boxers.
I'll give you instructions in the dressing room, so shake hands, boys. Good luck to you both.
Short and sweet. Well, Frank Bruno Among all those knockouts, he's had 13 first-round wins, 9 in the second round, 4 in the third round. 26 out of 38 inside 3 rounds. And the smart money says he might do the same tonight to Mike Evans. Let's see.
Frank doesn't know what it's like to take it easy on these guys or to settle down and get a couple of rounds under his belt. He just walks straight out there and bludgeons these guys to the floor. You can be sure he'll be looking for the same performance tonight here.
Well, Evans calls himself Mighty Mike Evans, and at 19 stone 4 pounds, he's certainly that. Bruno has always had this stiff ramrod jab. He's a more composed boxer in recent times. Now, does Evans get quickly sickened by those punches and look for the easy way out, or does he make an argument of it?
Well, it'd be nice to see an argument for a couple of rounds, but when these guys feel the weight of Bruno's power, he's extremely heavy-handed. They just lose all the desire that they have, if they have any, and that's always been the question mark on most of these guys. Bruno's just stalking this guy, looking to cut the ring down and to whack him.
It's the usual way in for Bruno, the stiff left jab, followed by the big booming right hand. It's accounted for any number of victims, but not the 3 victims he most wanted when he fought for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's a great jab of Bruno's, followed by the right hand as well. Not much coming back from Evans.
Yeah, it's just survival tactics from Evans at the moment, moving around the ring, trying to weather the early storm. Bruno trying to get too close to the guy. He should just be jabbing, finding his range, and using his long reach, smacking that jab out. He's trying to crowd him. He's trying to get weight on those punches from a distance.
Bruno made to miss with the right hand. Of course, Evans has been told that he won't get his purse until after the fight, and the British Boxing Board of Control will be monitoring the level of his performance. Coming in as a pretty late substitute for Ray Annis. Good right to the body, and he tumbles down, Evans. He was caught. Now, is he going to get up from that? Yes, he does. It's a left hook to the head. I think that did most of the damage there. Evans down in round 1. Last half a minute of the round. Bruno's closing in, looking for yet another early finish. Evans holds on for dear life. I don't think it's going to last that long, do you, this?
No, I feel pretty sure he's looking like he wants a way out already, so he didn't really want to get up from that count, so he probably thought about the Board of Control holding his purse. Good left hook, come back at Bruno. But hit Bruno off balance. I don't think he really hurt him.
Well, listen to the crowd response as Evans throws a punch at long last at the end of round 1. Welcome back live to the Calvin Hall in Glasgow. George Francis talking to Frank Bruno. He's already had Mike Evans down in round 1 like this.
Yeah, it was like a clubbing shot around the back of the head. This one here actually hit him around the back of the head, and he's pretty good at those, Frank, on the inside, but he got up. Thank God he continued, so here we have round 2.
Second round. And Bruno, will he finish the job in this second round? Evans has already lasted a bit longer than some of the more cynical forecasters at ringside predicted. Left hook was a good shot as well. Evans has only been stopped twice, though, in his long career. The most recent of those by Jorge Luis Gonzalez, who soon fights Riddick Bowe, the good Cuban.
And Evans did come back with a left hook at the end of the first. Mind you, it was the only punch he threw, so he's trying that again now. The best means of defense is attacking. Nobody ever told him that. He's got to keep this guy off him and try and throw a few more punches back. And for Bruno, it'll be good if he can go 3, 4, 5 rounds maybe. I don't think this guy is going to be able to last that long.
Very one-sided second round. Bruno with a clubbing right hand. Down goes Evans again. Shakes his head. The count's at 5, 6. He's up at 6. It was the right hand this time.
Yeah, he took a good punch there. There's no doubt about that.
2 knockdowns. Oh, and a left hook back from Evans, who seems to have been stung into a bit of action at last. may have
nice
heard
to
what
see
you were
something.
saying, Barry. He's decided to throw a bit of leather of his own to try to keep Bruno away from him, rather than just cowering there on the ropes and holding on for dear life.
Well, if he doesn't, he's going to get comatized pretty soon. Got to try and keep this guy off him.
At the moment, it looks simply a matter of time. Bruno looking to clear the path for a shot at the WBC heavyweight champion, Oliver McCall.
Yeah, this guy's putting up no resistance at all. He's getting tired now at this stage. And anytime he does punch back, he has success. He's hit Bruno with a few clubbing punches around the side. But he's got to start firing back to keep Bruno off him.
Second round, Evans has been down in both rounds so far. Bruno, who put up a pretty good performance against Lennox Lewis until he was stopped, suddenly fell apart. That's been the story too often, looking to take Evans apart with the body shots to bring the gloves down.
Yeah, and a good left hook back from Evans.
Well, Evans is still there, somehow.
Oh, good
left hook, left hook. That's the third knockdown. Will it be the last? He's wincing, Evans, shaking his head. I don't know if he's going to get up this time. It's over. It's all over in the second round, and that was extremely predictable, it has to be said. The third knockdown was the last one, and Frank Bruno, with the minimum of trouble, dispatches the big overweight American. It didn't really tell us a thing about Bruno. We didn't know already that he can double up and dispatch opponents like Evans in double quick time. What we need to know really is whether he can go on and beat a world-class heavyweight like Oliver McCall.
Well, that's the difference, and here we see the end of it again. It didn't look a particularly devastating punch. It came around the side. He walked to his right and then to a little left hook, hit him on the square on the chin, so that was good enough. And the guy, we see it from a different angle here, he walks to the side and hits him, so it's a pretty solid punch all the same. And Evans didn't get up and didn't even look like he was going to get up. But as you say, Ian, you know, we have seen this so many times before. He needs to be able to get in there and get 4, 5, 6 rounds under his belt. And you know, what sort of preparation is that for a world title fight?
Well, Frank Bruno, we'll be hearing from him a little bit later on. He hopes that Oliver McCall is next. Don't blame Frank Bruno for the ease with which he knocks over the opponents. He only can beat the men in front of him. It was, I'm afraid to say, all very predictable indeed. Mike Goodall will give us it officially with his ring microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 minutes and 5 seconds of the second round, the winner, I count out, Frank Bruno!
3 minutes and 5 seconds because they counted through the bell for the end of the round. So that was right. And so we'll talk to Frank Bruno right after this break.
Up to the amount the last two lasted, but I'm glad to get that one out of the way because like, I got a world title fight in July, you know what I mean, in either Wembley or London somewhere, and it's nice to get that one out of the way, no cuts, no cut eyes or busted hands, you know?
You didn't really want that fight in the first place, did you? But it's, you know, it's preparation for the title.
You know what I mean? He wanted me to have another fight, and he's been good to me, so I took that fight. I had Ray Ellis at first, who was a very, very durable guy, and Ray Ellis went the distance with this guy, and it was a split decision, so it was nice to get, and it looked good on the record, beating him in the way I did. He was a little bit slippery, ducking and diving off the ropes and bobbing and weaving here, made me look a little bit, you know, not ordinary, but, you know, make me look missing a little bit, but I caught up with him in the end.
Well, he's been round the block a few times, so he is cagey. But you eat guys like that for breakfast, don't you?
I don't think I eat guys like that for breakfast. I was sparring with some good guys, Terry Dunstan, Bigfoot, and Linwood Jones, you know, and it was very, very good. I'd like to say thank you to Springs for looking after us.
No problem. Should we have a look at the finish? It was a beautiful left hook.
No problem, Gary. Cheers.
Just talk us through it.
I was trying to catch him with cleanies, get him down, but, you know, he was very tricky and slippery, and I had to get him behind these gloves, show him the jab a little bit, and then catch him. That's nice. And that weren't no messing around, you know? Long distance sort of jab. But you had to watch him, you know, he's a tricky sort of guy. When you hitting me came back at you. You know, he didn't come here to fall down, and he got hit with a proper shot. He weren't gesturing. And despite what people say, the guy Lennox Lewis is fighting, he's on paper he looks like a better record than what he had Evans.
Yeah, I understand
Not
that.
too many people have done that to him. Despite what people said in the press were knocking him, you know, he's a durable, tricky sort of guy. Look on his record, not too many guys have stopped him. And
I've seen it. And he knocked out Addison Rodriguez in his last fight.
Very much
Let's
so.
bring in you, Frank. This world title fight with McCall, it's the one everyone in England wants to see.
That's it. There's just a few little things we've got to fine-tune, but it's going to be, I hope, 90% on July the 22nd in London, and this man is going to go and win the world title for Bruno. He's going to do it. I'm really believing in my heart he's going to beat Oliver McCall.
You've had the dream 3 times before. This time round, I think your dreaming is stronger than ever, isn't it?
Very, very stronger, you know what I mean? I'm getting much more experience, much more older, a little bit more heavier and a bit more positive. This guy was a slippery old guy today on the ropes and ducking and diving all over the place. Oliver McCall won't do that. He'll come straight at me. Oliver McCall is 16 stone 7, and I think that's a bit too heavy for him. And I'm a stone and a half heavy. I can't wait for that fight. And hello to Laura, Nicola, Rachel and Franklin.
Franklin Jr.
Thank you, Franklin Jr.
You got a message for McCall?
McCall, you know, I can't wait for it to happen. I know he hasn't got no respect for me. As outside the ring, he's got respect for me, but in the ring, he ain't got no respect, and I hope he keeps that up and comes into the ring. I can't wait, because, you know, I'm going to knock him out.
Neither can we, mate. Congratulations and well done.
Nice to be on Sky, you know what I mean?
Nice to see you too.
Harry. Cheers, hello.
From Harry to Gary to Gary.
Yeah, Harry's in bed with his wife, I think.
Well, he's in fine fettle, isn't he? And why not? Whatever you may have your own opinions about the contest, but Frank Bruno has carried out his part of the bargain, and he's got the result he came here to get, a quick, safe victory to set him on the way to what he hopes will be his ultimate success.